The 1st of July is a very special day for all of us in Hong Kong because we're celebrating the handover to the motherland of Hong Kong. So I do have to say a huge happy birthday, or if anything, a huge happy 27th birthday to Hong Kong. I'm currently in Beijing. I'm doing my master's at the School of Public Policy and Management at Tsinghua University, and my research is predominantly based on understanding the Chinese approach to modernizing national governance, as well as one country, two systems.
Tsinghua University is very strong in its STEM subjects, science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. But I do know you studied something else before coming to Tsinghua. Tell me a little bit more.
So I actually came into public policy research from a rather unconventional path. Before Tsinghua, I studied art history at Columbia University. So there would be a lot of people who would say, how do you even link art history to public policy? From the way I see it, is that if we retrace the history of humanity, there hasn't been a single great civilization that doesn't have art. The pursuit for beauty is an innate human response. And if anything, the visual language transcends the limitations of literature because it's universal. For me, the way I see it is that cultural confidence is the bedrock to any society. It's how you evaluate, in terms of how we evaluate the success of any great community, I think art is really one of the most important metrics.
Interesting. I can see you are very passionate about art. And this reminds me of one of the 8 centers of Hong Kong. Hong Kong is positioning itself as the East meets West Center for international cultural exchange. How do you see the progress in this regard?
People often think of Hong Kong as the financial capital of the East. Very rarely do people think of Hong Kong really as an arts and culture hub. Hong Kong traditionally has been a very strong transactional market for art, but I think in the past years, really, Hong Kong really suffered from the lack of museum infrastructure. But the past few years, the government has been really pushing new initiatives. So we recently unveiled the Palace Museum. We recently unveiled M+, which we hope really can rival the likes of MoMA, the likes of Tate. We have Tycoon. We have a really new spaces that have opened up in Hong Kong. If anything, the fact that international blue chip galleries or the major auction houses have recently also set up the regional headquarters in Hong Kong, that really is a vote of confidence to Hong Kong as not just a transactional art market capital, but also really as a cultural hub.
Speaking of East meets West, the West often criticizes Hong Kong for its lack of freedom of expression and speech, particularly after the passage of national security law and the Safeguarding National Security Ordinance. Some say the city is losing its artistic freedom. Any thoughts?
So I can speak from personal experience. I was back in Hong Kong recently in March. And this is actually after these 2 pieces of legislation were passed. We hosted the largest ever art basel in the history of Hong Kong. We had a whole range of financial or wealth management summits. We had a range of tech events for startups, for fintech, legal tech, whatever, you name it. We also hosted the Rugby Sevens. I think everyone was saying, how do I even pick and choose which event to go to? Because the offering was just so extensive. That really, for me, speaks to the freedom we have in Hong Kong, and also how vibrant Hong Kong is and how diverse Hong Kong is. For me, at the core of diversity is people. But then if we really dig deep into why we have this diversity, I think the enabler for this diversity is really one country, two systems.
Great insight. So today we are not only celebrating the 27th anniversary of Hong Kong's return to its motherland, but we are also celebrating the one country, two system as well as Chinese modernization.